Hi, and welcome to another Big Country Conversation. Today, we have in the studio Wendy Lawson from Brownwood, Texas, and the Brownwood Chamber of Commerce. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad.
So, how was the drive up from Brownwood today? Was it crowded? Did you have any traffic?
No, not bad. I got one tractor as I got close to
You got behind a
Abilene,
tractor.
but other than that, it was a nice, quiet drive up, so that was nice.
Yeah, so you live and work in Brownwood, and
do.
you work for the Chamber of Commerce.
I do.
Does that mean you're in charge of all commerce in Brownwood, all business activities in Brownwood? They go through you. You're in charge of everything, right? You do it all. You're it.
I do it all is a good way of putting it. A chamber, not everybody understands. It's not our job to take care of the businesses as much as it is to support them, help bring them in with any information they need. We've got a great relationship with Small Business Development Center out of Tarleton over there. They come down and help out our members, Small Business Association, things like that. So we're there to kind of help them network, help them grow, help them start in that way.
Well, we're going to talk about a lot of new businesses that are coming to Brownwood because there are a lot.
There is, yep.
There's a revitalization of downtown, which is exciting. Before we get there, I want to talk about a whole bunch of events you've got coming up between now and the end of the year. That some of them holiday themed, some happen before the holidays. But let's talk about that. One of them is help me with the name of it. Corks and Caps.
That's the one. Yes.
Yeah. What is Corks and Caps?
That one's been going on close to 15 years now. It's one that the chamber came up with to kind of get all of the community together, not just the business, but also the public as well. We've got John Young Band coming in. They'll be the headliner for that evening. We've got Christy Patton going to open up for them. Food trucks, breweries, wineries, yard games, cigar lounge, the whole 9 yards. So it'll be a fun event.
Well, so it's called Corks and Caps because of the alcohol focus, and there are wineries in or around Brownwood in your area? There
is. We bring some from a little bit of the area. We're looking at, we only have the one in our area, which is Skies Over Texas Winery. So they're right outside of, I guess that's considered early is where they're considered, so real near. Everybody loves that one, but we've got several within probably a 50 to 60-mile radius that we invite down to partake in this evening because it's very much a community favorite, we'll call it that.
Yeah. So what all happens? It sounds like there's a lot of food. It sounds like there's a lot of music. The whole community comes up, and is it a lawn chair kind of a thing, or is it at the event center inside, or where is this?
This is outside of the event center. We've got several lawn areas that we've got. So we'll have food trucks parked on both sides of that. People can buy VIP tables. Those will have the ability to have 3 pizzas coming in from our local Pioneer Tap House. They're how do I put this? They're beer and wine and food, but they specialize in pizza, and so everybody loves their pizza. So you'll be able to do that. People can buy VIP tickets if they'd like to be at a table. We'll have tables and chairs. People can sit on the lawn if they'd like to do that. So all kinds of options.
I'm wondering, as you were thinking about driving over for the podcast, did you consider bringing a bunch of pizza with you? I'm not saying it would have been a bad thing. It sounds pretty good.
I might have been in trouble had I had to ride in the car with the pizza, though, and not be able to eat it.
I hear you. That's like a stop and cross planes for a little pizza. Okay, so you guys also have a really well-known, long-time standing Christmas parade, and that's early December, right?
It is. It's going to be December 4th. About 6:45 is when we plan to start.
December 4th is a Thursday.
It is, yep.
And so it's a Thursday, late afternoon, early evening. Of course, by then it gets dark early.
Yeah.
What happens at the Christmas parade?
It's another community favorite. The kids look forward to this all year long. We kind of pick a theme each year. We actually are just getting ready to announce. We'll do it today. This is going to be Christmas classics. So we've had already a few people come out with some really creative ideas of what they're going to do with their floats. And we have a VIP area so that there can be an announcer and an MC and grand marshal. And
what are some of those float ideas you're hearing?
There's only a couple that I've heard, and I'm not allowed to say. They want them secret. They don't want them being shared with the public.
They don't want somebody to get out there and steal their idea.
That's right.
I get it.
We give away, let's see, what is it, 10 awards, I think it is, each year.
But Christmas classics, to what that brings to my mind is the stuff I'll date myself here, but the claymation, Rudolph, and all that kind of stuff. Are we in the right genre there?
You are, yeah, those are my favorite too.
Yeah, I love
So
it.
we've kind of, when people have asked us, we've said, okay, you can go any way you want to with the Christmas classic idea. You can go Christmas classic, TV shows, movies, traditions, anything that comes to mind when you hear the words
Well,
Christmas
or the Christmas
classics.
classic movie of all time, Die Hard.
And that would be my husband's too, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. A couple of years ago, I got a Christmas sweater for Die Hard, and when you wear it, people kind of wait, what? Wait, that's a Christmas movie? I'm not sure it is, but it's kind of fun to say it is. All right, so you've got that happening on December 4th, but I mean, right on the heels of that, you got other Christmas and holiday themed stuff going on.
We do. We kind of start, and there should be the Christmas tree lighting the city will do earlier that week. So that whole first week of December is going to be Christmas family oriented, couples night out. December 6th, we do it at the same time downtown. There will be a Sipping Under the Stars, and that's where local wineries and breweries set up inside of some of the boutiques and shops downtown. People kind of go through there. They have their cups that they get in their little goodie bags, and they go through and get discounts when they purchase from different areas. And that is in conjunction with the Christmas festival, which will be a little outside of downtown, in combination with the Lehnis Railroad Museum
Yeah.
Visitor Center.
I saw that note about the Railroad Museum. So just tell me just a little bit about that, because that's obviously right there in Brownwood.
It's actually right across the street from where the chamber is in Brownwood, yeah.
And so, history of railroad in Brown County, or is it bigger than that?
It is history of railroad in Brown County. Brown County, Brownwood, they argued about who was going to be the seat of the county. Brownwood ended up winning out. One of those reasons is the railroad came in 1885. And so the Lehnis Railroad Museum and Visitor Center is kind of a homage to that. They've got a huge indoor, I think it's 3 or 4 separate cities built inside of their miniature cities with the railroads and all the different railroad memorabilia, as well as us being across the street at the Chamber Depot building. That's where the Harvey House girls were stationed back in the day when the trains were coming through and stuff. So it's a neat historical area.
Yeah, but do you get like a free slice of pizza there, or no? It's
No pizza at the chamber.
That's
No.
not included. Okay, well, I was just still trying to angle for some of that pizza. That sounds so good. All right, so you've got other things going on in the holiday season, and I know one thing that's a big emphasis for you is a shop local campaign.
It is, yeah.
And you start that way back in early November and say, okay, this holiday season, let's shop local.
Right.
What does that mean?
We have a lot, especially with the downtown Brownwood area, of having such a revitalization over probably about the past 5 years. A lot of local-owned family boutiques and shops and restaurants and things like that. And we're really trying to, no offense to the Abilene area, but we're trying to get our people to, stay at home. Bring your
Perfectly
money home.
understandable.
Yeah. So that's really our focus. We're getting inventive this year, so we're going to go out of any of these businesses that want to participate. We're going to go out and video them in the day of the life of their shop. Interview any of their employees or owners or customers or things like that, and really give the public a feel of what it is they do and what it is it looks like to shop with them. So that'll go out social media, go out newsletters, all that kind of stuff. We're hoping that really helps bring people a better view of what they've got to choose from in Brownwood.
Well, obviously the holidays are busy times for everybody, but it really seems like it's awfully busy in Brownwood with a lot going on, from the Corks and the Caps to the Christmas parade, and then you've got in that same season the festival and the sipping. Under the stars or sipping with the stars?
Sipping under the stars.
If you said sipping with the stars, you could tell people that George Clooney and Brad Pitt will be here, and they could do sip with the stars, and maybe they would sip so much they wouldn't know that those are just paper cutouts.
True.
But it's sipping under the stars.
It is. Our weather in Texas is wonderful, so most often it's warm enough still on a December 6th night that you can wander around under a nice, cool evening breeze and
Pretty
still
nice,
be able to do
pretty
it.
nice.
Yeah.
Guaranteed right here that we will have good weather in Brownwood, Texas on the 6th for sipping under the stars or sipping with the stars. How in the world could we possibly guarantee good weather? But we just did, so it's got to be good weather.
That's right.
And then you've got the shop locals. There's a lot. There's a lot going on through the holidays, and that's a good thing for the residents of Brownwood and the area.
That's
good.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
good. All right, so I want to transition now and just talk about some of the exciting things happening in Brownwood with new businesses businesses coming to town. Now, I don't want to mean to put you on the spot, but you've probably got a pretty good mental checklist of some of those new businesses.
I
Who's
do, yeah.
coming?
Well, we've got the biggest one, the biggest announcements that's happened in the last probably 9 months is the main outdoor mall that has our Harbor Freight and our Buffalo Wild Wings and all those big businesses. They tore down one whole section. And so early next year to summer, we should have, let's see, an Ulta, a Ross, James Avery, Five Below, and then a Bath and Body Works all going in there. So that's going to be a huge,
Yeah.
huge upgrade for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just have a feeling that if there's a husband who forgets his wife's birthday or maybe their anniversary, and he panics and he's going to go over there, and there's the new James Avery, and there's the new Ulta, and there's the new Bath and Body Works, that if he opts for the Five Below, he's probably in a little bit of trouble.
Probably so, yeah. He's
he
going to have
should-
way more choices
They
now.
should they should frequent the Five Below for
Yep,
sure.
yep.
But for that anniversary gift, maybe one of those other places. But that sounds pretty high end.
Yeah, no, it's people are looking forward to it. It's a nice upgrade for us to have those. So many of us drive to Abilene whenever we want something along those lines. So this will be great.
And it's not exactly a new business. In fact, I guess it's opposite of a new business. But you've got a Kohler plant in Brownwood that's celebrating its 50th anniversary.
Yeah, it's going to be a big celebration.
Yeah.
Their owners
Like
are
all the
coming
big wigs are
down.
coming down from
That's right.
Wisconsin or wherever, and
Yeah.
they're gonna make a big deal of that in Brownwood. We need to make sure you communicate that with us, because I know our news department at BigCountryHomepage.com, as well as KTAB and KRBC and Telemundo, would love to cover that event, because that's a big deal.
Yeah, perfect. I sure will.
Yeah. So a 50th anniversary party now. Surely those folks are going to get a free pizza, something.
I would imagine they're going to take their families out somewhere. We're just not sure where
sure,
yet.
Sure. But that's such a good thing for the local economy,
Yeah.
local excitement, honoring a longtime employer in the community. But back to new stuff. What's old is new again with downtown, because there's a lot of growth in downtown Brownwood. There's investment that's incentivized by private money and grants, and the local governments saying, please come and invest in downtown Brownwood. Tell us about that.
Brownwood Municipal Development District is the one that handles, most of the incoming businesses and attracting them to the area. They've done a good job of really kind of trying to bring people that are originally from Brownwood back to Brownwood, give them the opportunity to take buildings that have been there since the late 1800s, early 1900s, and really revitalize them, remodel them, but kind of bring them back to the look that they had back in the day. And people are extremely excited about that. So there's new businesses coming in. They're not announcing them yet, but they're working on that. They've redone all the streets and added more flowers and really made it a nice looking downtown area. It's a really happening place now, more so than it was, 10 years ago.
And one thing that's happened in the last few years has been the revitalization of the old theater in downtown Brownwood, right?
Yeah.
So tell us just a smidge about that.
Lyric Theater has been around a long time. They've really they've bought the building across the street from them as well, so that they can now do some comedy shows and smaller venue type things. And they're opening it up more than just plays. They're having music acts come in. They're having comedians, magicians, things like that. So there's something going almost every weekend right now.
I'm just curious, what about podcast hosts? Do they ever invite them to do a little comedy stand-up routine, or do you think probably it just wouldn't fly?
You just never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I just think that'd be kind of fun. And then there's the over the next year or two, an announcement that big parks and improvements and development of new green spaces. Are you involved in that? You've got to be happy about that.
Oh, I'm very happy about it. A lot of it is near the area where the Chamber and the Railroad Museum are. We're all kind of within a mile radius from the new event complex that is near us, that we hold most of our big events at anymore. They're making just huge amounts of public areas with picnic areas and dog parks, and they've redone the Riverside Park, which is the biggest one that goes along Pecan Bayou and Brownwood as well. So yeah, they're giving us much more to go through when we're downtown than they used to. So
And that event center, that's a big facility.
It is,
and
yeah.
It's beautiful. It's fairly new. you're making a lot of use of that facility.
Yes, yeah.
What all do you do there?
We actually, our biggest event we did this last year was our annual banquet. We had 425 people at that event, and we did full dinner and awards ceremony and the whole 9 yards. But I know that Hendrick Medical Center has done health fairs over there. There's conferences, there's basketball tournaments and things coming with different areas. So yeah, the city's really put this to good use, and it's really bringing in a lot of economic value to the area.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on everything you got going on.
Thank you.
I mean, you're running everything, and it sounds like you're doing a good job. So I just kind of want you to take a step back and just dream for a second. Next 10, 20 years, what would you love to see happening in Brownwood 10 or 20 years from now?
Brownwood's an interesting location because we want it to grow. We want to have more options for our community, but we don't want to become a big city. So I'd like to see us continue to do what we're doing now and revitalize things, bring in new people, but not, still get that small town feel without having to have, 100,000 people located in that area. And the city's really done a good job with that. So I'm kind of hoping with the event center and the new parks and locales coming in, that will continue to attract bigger and better employers, as well as new housing and things going in.
And making those shopping opportunities available for your people, restaurants available for your citizens, all the events you've got going on this holiday season sounds very exciting.
We are very excited and looking forward for the end of the year for sure.
Well, thanks for coming by. I really do appreciate you
Well,
being our guest here on Big Country Conversations, making the drive up from Abilene. Really do appreciate it, fighting that traffic with the tractor, outside of wherever that was. But,
Somewhere between Abilene and what was it? It must have been Cross Plains. It was, yeah.
Well, thanks for coming. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, wish you the best.
Thank you.
And we'll make sure that all of these events make their way to our community calendar on bigcountryhomepage.com. And we'd love to partner with you in other ways and help get the word out when these events come. So
Great.
Don't forget us, and we won't forget you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And that's a great way for us to segue toward conclusion. Don't forget us. We won't forget you here on Big Country Conversations. And if you're a member of a chamber or a community leader or a business leader, or just have a passion for your hometown in the Big Country, reach out to us. We'd love to have you here on Big Country Conversations. I want to give a shout out to our ace producer, Travis Corrigan, TCB, the Travis Corrigan taking care of business over there on the switcherboard. Appreciate all he does for us. We appreciate you joining us here on Big Country Conversations. I'm your host, Danny Sims, and we will see you next time right here on bigcountryhomepage.com.